Next, on Watch the Damn Tape, Stephen A. Smith has finally came out and addressed the Skip Bayless FS1 lawsuit. We're going to get into that and a lot more next. Stephen A. Smith jumped on his podcast and he spoke about the Skip Bayless incident, the FS1 incident, and Joy Taylor. I'll leave a link to the description in the video. I'll leave a link to that video because it's quite lengthy. But there was some pieces in there I want you guys to focus on that I caught. They caught my attention in the video. He had a young woman named Tori Cooper, she's a sports anchor, fairly attractive, and he was bouncing questions off her. He started off by saying how he was trying to build up Skip Bayless's character, like the Skip he knows is cheap and wouldn't spend $15. So $1.5 million is a far stretch. He said that, and then he said, that he can't see Skip doing that, but he wasn't there at Fox at that time. And then he said some little kind words about Joy Taylor, that he's met her a few times, but she seems like she's real knowledgeable and all that, the normal stuff. But when he threw it to the Tory lady, he started playing game goofy, aka playing dumb. He asked her what was sexual harassment to her. And she proceeds to say, like when she was on the beat and she was in the locker room and guys would talk to her and not respect her as a journalist, that wasn't sexual harassment. But when she was in the office and guys would do the same thing, that was sexual harassment. And I hate to tell Tori, both of them were sexual harassment. You were at work when you were in the locker room. Sexual harassment is sexual harassment regardless where you're at. You know that. But Stephen A. Smith was working an angle. So then he proceeds to say, the key thing that he said in the interview that I caught is, I would hope that somebody would come to my defense and talk about my character. See, to me, just my thoughts, Stephen A. Smith is building a wall of defense for what's going to come in the future and hit ESPN. Because people, you got to understand, if it's going on at FS1, it's going on at ESPN. It's not just exclusive. Excuse me. It's not just exclusive to FS1. It could be any number of women that can come up with allegations of misconduct at ESPN. There's tons of women that have been let go from ESPN. Stephen A. Smith has burned a lot of bridges at ESPN. So his plea with Tory was to get those people to start being character witnesses now on his behalf, because he knows what's coming. He knows something's coming up over there. He's not stupid. He's buddy with those executives as well. And he knows a lot of those women over there at that thing have done similar or even more things than Joy Taylor allegedly did. So he was trying to protect himself. And I noticed the trend. As soon as Stephen A. Smith did it, then Cam Newton went on his podcast to defend Joy Taylor. Never mentioned the Me Too part of the conversation that was in the lawsuit with Joy. He just mentioned everything, and then he attacked Jason Whitlock, which I thought was kind of weak, but I get it. See, Cam Newton, Stephen A. Smith, and Shannon Sharp, to some certain degree, all three have beef with Skip Bayless. So it's weird to see a network comment on another network, and Cam just kept saying FS1, and it's like, dude, you were probably wanting to be on FS1, but you got to deal with ESPN, and you rode with Stephen A. Smith. So, dude, I get it, but you're pandering way too hard, and you can see it. You could see it. It was plain as day. Cam was just tap dancing away. Now, I hope Cam keeps that same energy when ESPN gets rocked with their lawsuit, because he said that FS1 isn't saying much about this lawsuit. Well, when ESPN gets theirs, and it's coming, I want you to keep that same energy. That's all I want you to do, brother. Keep the same energy for your household, because it's coming. You know it. Stephen A. Smith knows. Even though you just got there, you know what's going on. But I like how these guys, I call them the simp patrol. How these guys are all coming together like Voltron to protect the Office 304 at another network, which is very weird, because they know they have to put in their brownie points now. So when the damage hits ESPN, it'll be lessened by them putting out all this feel good energy right now. That's just what I think about what's going on between the FS1 and ESPN. And I just noticed the dynamic that Stephen A. Smith was dropping with this interview with Tori. But once again, I encourage all of y'all to go watch the video for yourself and then come back and let me know what you thought about it. Both are off. But leave your comments below. As always, new subscribers, thank you for rocking with me. Appreciate you jumping aboard. I'm going to be dropping a lot more content because I got time. Old subscribers, thank you for continuing to push me to make content. I do this because of you guys. It's hard to watch BS on TV, BS thoughts and takes on certain stuff. But I thank you guys for pushing me to continue to make this content. And until next time, peace.